we have arrived at the final episode of Season 1 of Batman Caped Crusader. And this one is supposed to tie up the Harvey Dent story as well as, tie up any loose ends of anything that we may have. So let's dive right into this one time so we can all get through to see what happens here. The story begins at the police station where Dent is being held. Barbara Gordon tells him that, she's willing to represent him because she believes that he was led astray, and if he agrees to testify against Rupert Thorne, she could get him moved to a hospital where he could get some help, and that he needs to trust her. So, he's all, oh, I'm sure you're so happy to see me like this after all those times that you accused me of being arrogant and all of that. But she still wants to help him because, Barbara Gordon is in everything. But he does not want you upstairs. I tell you, this part of his face still looks disgusting. But it's like he has holes in his face. Doesn't look good at all. But she agrees to help him. He agrees to let her. And she goes to get everything on board to work with them. So Rupert Thorne finds out that good old Harvey Dent is going to talk about his involvement with him and all of that, and they need to get something done in regards to that. So while Harvey is at Arkham Asylum, he's trying to be more calm and mature about everything like that. She goes to see him. He tells her what's going on, and then he keeps having these things where he keeps saying these violent, horrible things, but then he tells her that, sorry, I can't stop him sometimes. They're still trying to pull this thing about he has some psychological problems that, his scarred half is very violent and he can't always stop, even though they never set up anything like that. I can understand trauma causing someone to do this, but the way they play this out just doesn't work at all. So she agrees to continue helping him. He says he wants to do what's best. Again, you see the other angry part comes out again. He tells her that he's sorry. Things come over him. She goes back to her office, and who shows up there? Batman. And he tells her that he wants to help with Harvey Dent and all of that, and she needs to get something done. And then she says to him, instead of always just showing up like that, what if I need to get in contact with you? Is there a way to reach you? And he literally just gives her his phone number. Seriously, he gives her his phone number to reach you. I mean, this would have been much better if Jim Gordon was the one that he was doing this with. Or you could have there had no reason for anybody getting anybody's number right now. This first season could have just been him and Jim Gordon having a strained relationship with Jim Gordon. I don't really, maybe Batman is the one guy he can really trust. So when they get to like season 2 now, then things could start to move along a little better. So maybe then he could get a number to contact him. But no, he just gives Barbara his number because apparently she's suddenly the most important person out there, and Batman just gives out his phone number to any random person. Well, it can't be any random person because Barbara Gordon is more important than anybody. She's a black woman with red hair, so, that makes her beyond important. No, nothing there. So Bruce goes to see Harvey at Arkham to apologize for his behavior and stuff, and tell him, he wants to help him and all of this and stuff. Harvey is, still regretting some of the things that he did and said. He's sorry for it. Alfred is telling Bruce, he did a good thing in going there to apologize to him. He believes that, this will really help Harvey and stuff. So when Barbara is going with her client, Harvey, he's being transported so he could testify and whatnot, they get attacked, gas and all of that there and stuff. All trying to get rid of thing I want to get. Who kidnaps him other than Flask and Bullock, the two most corrupt detectives on the entire Gotham City police force. And they have to get rid of him for Rupert Thorne. You understand me? But Harvey, clever as he is, starts to play them against each other and tells Bullock how, Flask always has him do all the dirty work, so his fingerprints are never on anything, setting up Bullock to take the fall in case anything goes wrong. They tell them to shut up and all of this stuff there. He retaliates, they struggle, the car crashes. He comes up, Barbara Gordon shows up again because she's literally everywhere. Honestly, she's everywhere. Even Batman isn't this quick on the scene, but she's always there. Harvey crawls out. She takes off his cuffs and stuff. He wants to get out of him because he knows that they're going to try to kill him. But no, she handcuffs herself to him and tells him that she's going to get him to court to testify. Yes, if you know where this is going, you're quite right. This crazy lunatic doesn't seem to realize what she's getting herself into, and ultimately it's going to lead to even more problems. But whatever. So Harvey realizes he doesn't have any option other than finding a hacksaw and cutting her hand off. Might have been the better way to go, but whatever. So Flask and Bullock are there, they come to, and they realize that, they have to get to Harvey Dent now, because if he goes and talks and tells everybody that, these two actually kidnap him, working for Thorne, and were about to kill him, they're done. So they need to get to Harvey Dent and get rid of him, because it won't just be them going down. Most of the Gotham City police force is corrupt as hell. So Barbara goes to a payphone, calls her father and lets him know what happened, and that Harvey was attacked. She is with him, and they need some help. So they are out. But Thorne's men are out looking for it and stuff. And then who does she call? Batman. She literally calls Batman, and Harvey is like, what the heck? And which is shocking in truth. How does she have Batman's phone number? But again, like I said, she's suddenly the most important person in this. So she calls Batman, tells her to know they head to the docks. Yes, because all good things happen at the docks. Of course, Barbara has her gun. She has that. They're there. Flask and Bullock show up with some of Rupert Thorne's men. They need to find Harvey Dent and kill him, and most likely kill Barbara Gordon too, because they don't know what it is. He may have told her, and she most likely saw that they were the two who were transporting Harvey Dent. So they need to get rid of him as soon as humanly possible to save their own necks. So they're there. Montoya and Gordon show up, Commissioner Gordon show up, and they realize that they are pretty much the only ones left to do anything to stop what's going on. Batman shows up as well, tells them that, Flask and Bullock are there along with some men. They're searching for them. He will try to do his best to keep them safe, but they need to get moving. So Harvey is all, just leave me. None of you need to get involved in this. They only want me. You just need to save yourselves. They won't listen. Batman is all, Baba's all, Dent, I don't like you, but I'm going to get you to testify against Thorne and the rest of them. So Batman is out there taking out the guys who have come. Barbara is there with Harvey Dent. They stop a few of the other guys and thing. They're still going around trying to see what's going on. Too, they could take out Montoya and Commissioner Gordon now also. Their Flask and Bullock are looking to scratch off anybody involved. Ooh, that's a picture where right to the face Batman gets that one. Damn, that's gonna hurt in the morning. But he manages to beat the crap out of the rest of these guys and so forth. So Harvey and Barbara are hiding. They need to get out of there. while people are shooting at them and all of this, Harvey gets hit. And he's telling her that she needs to leave him and all of that. He won't listen. A week after that, she's trying to get him back to the car so that he could testify. Bullock is about to shoot them when Commissioner Gordon points a gun at his head and tells him, if he pulls that trigger, he's going to end him as well. But even though that is happening now and all of that, they stop there. They get to the car, and as they're up, and as she's uncuffing him, out comes Flask, who points out that he's going to kill Barbara. Harvey protects her and gets shot, and that's the end of it. He comes with to finish him off, and that's when Batman shows up, the gun out of his hand, and then, yes, because as we all know, Batman doesn't use guns, doesn't like them ever since the whole thing with his parents and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, in the beginning when Batman first came around, he did use weapons and stuff, but now he doesn't use it. I think it's pretty much established he doesn't use it. But no, Batman gets so angry that happens, he picks up the gun. Yes, picks up the gun, and approaches Flask, who's terrified, points it at him, and is there like, I know what you're wondering. Did you fire 5 shots or 6? But seeing as this is a 38 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you gotta ask yourself a question. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you? Oh. Because, yeah, Batman all of a sudden goes Dirty Harry. He doesn't say that, but I'm just saying it would have been really ridiculous if he did. But this shot of Batman holding this gun here, this isn't good. This is not good. It doesn't look good at all. It's not what Batman does at all. It's not what Batman does. Batman does not pick up guns. I would have expected him more to go over to Flask and beat the living Jesus out of him. That could work. He's approaching him with the gun. Flask is freaking out because he doesn't want to get killed. He's telling him, no, don't do it. And all of that, don't. I'm a cop, you can't do this. You can't. And Barbara's watching and all shocked at what's happening. And then Batman shoots repeatedly at him, and when he's done now, he shot around him. Yeah, he shot around him, which is ridiculous. And then, of course, he gets angry and knocks him out. Like, what was the point of approaching him with the gun and shooting? The thing was meant to play off like, Batman got so angry, he gave up on his rule and goes and picked up the gun to kill him because he's so angry about what he did to Harvey Dent. So yeah, go over there. Harvey dies in Barbara's arms. Gordon tells Batman that he needs to get out of here and stuff. And yeah, that's the end of that. And meanwhile, Batman is there talking about how he couldn't save Harvey Dent. He couldn't save his humanity. But at least he did one thing in the end. And then Alfred tells him, he may not have been able to save Harvey and save his humanity, but Batman still has his, and that's something he needs to do. So he goes out. Rupert Thorne is on the phone. They're talking about how Harvey Dent got shot in the back and died. That's what he deserved. He's telling people that don't worry about Bullock and Flask. They will be taken care of since they did everything right. They're gonna get them off and stuff and thing. And he finishes on the phone. Now I'm a boy there, good and happy and relaxed. A Batarang comes through the glass and cuts his hair. He looks out there and sees Batman standing on a building opposite, watching him while lightning is flashing and all of that. I mean, this is supposed to be dramatic, but it didn't work. It would have worked better if it is, when he finished talking on the phone, Batman came out of the shadows behind him, told him, I'm really sure that you're proud of yourself for what happened, but now that you've made me your enemy, I'm going to do everything possible to bring you down for all your businesses and everything. You will never be safe again. And then he could have done this thing that I saw Batman do once in our Batman animated series, approach a window, and then right as the lightning flashed, just open his cape so and then disappear. That was sick. That would have been really good. When just throwing a batarang and standing on a building opposite watching him, apparently they figured it's supposed to be something, but it doesn't work. And at epilogue, as to what happens, we get to this place where they see this whole abandoned shack. Their rain is falling and stuff. These people inside of it with some grimace look on their faces who are most likely dead. And yeah, you could kind of tell what's going on there. All of them look very happy in their demise. This one guy laughing uncontrollably as he's most likely been exposed to something and he's about to croak. And there's a face when your mother could love, and yep, he's done as well. And we see some mysterious man holding a syringe, and he's all excellent. So yeah, most likely we're getting another season and we're going to get the Joker in it. I don't know how this is supposed to be work with the Joker, but whatever, and that's how it ends. So yeah, that's the end of the first season of Batman Caped Crusader. This episode was not one of my favorites at all. I think several mistakes were made here. You understand me? The whole thing with Harvey, that could have been done much better. If it is they really wanted to kill off the lad, it would have been much more impactful if Dent had saved Batman and just been like, as he's dying, probably telling like something like, tell Bruce I'm sorry and passed away. That would have had more of an impact. The fact that Barbara Gordon was in this up to her freaking neck is just unbelievably annoying, but God, she can't stay away. Batman giving his phone number to her and all of this. Look, so let me give you a final wrap-up of everything for this. Episode 6 is still by far the best episode of this entire show. It was an absolutely fantastic episode. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. Fantastic episode. The episode with onomatopoeia and the hit on all of that, it wasn't bad actually. Some of the things wasn't this thing, but it was an actual thing. In regards to it, Barbara Gordon being there was kind of a pain as well because she really had no business being there. When you found out the reason behind the hit and all of that, that's what kind of did a kick in the pants for you. The episode with Natalia Knight, that actually wasn't bad either. It was another attempt to see Batman doing something in a different light, having to face a different villain, okay. The episode before this with Harvey Dent, not one of my favorites, and this episode, even the way they're trying to set up Joker at the end here, isn't enough to do this really any good justice at all. But I must admit that even though the first 5 episodes were terrible, the episode 6 and stuff was good. One episode in the first 5 episodes was actually interesting as well. So overall, my final rating for season 1 of Batman Caped Crusader, I will give Batman Caped Crusader a 3.4 out of 5 overall. It's actually worth a watch if you just want to see how some of these things were done. But again, some of the episodes were not terrible, so it actually has some potential. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.